What's going on, F.L.O.W community? I have a question for you. Have you ever felt like somebody was watching you? Guess what? They are, and there's a reason for it, and we're about to talk about it. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to flow. Let's go! What's going on, F.L.O.W community? It is another day to grow in our flow of God together, and we are going to get this thing started. And today we're back at the It's. We've been talking about this, posted 2 videos. I need you to go back and watch those. Down in the description, you can find a link to those videos, so go back and watch those. But today we're on the 3rd It. This one just as big as the other ones, maybe even bigger, but we're at the It of our actions, and this is the question. Are actions necessary to prove a genuine faith in Jesus Christ? Are actions necessary? Because if you are an unbeliever in the world, and this is why this is important, if you are looking at Christianity in the culture today, you're probably saying, no, they're not. You're probably saying you're Christian too, because this is it. Things that we would consider to be worldly, right? Things that are attached to somebody who doesn't know Jesus Christ, they're showing up in the lives of people who say they are followers of Jesus Christ. Not only that, they're showing up in the images of church services. See, you've seen it. We got access to stuff online. You watched the worship service, and you were like, what is that going on? Yes. And so now it's causing confusion. It's causing confusion in the unbelieving world. What is a Christian? What's different about a Christian? Well, we're going to talk about it because is it necessary? Is it necessary that your actions line up with your said faith? Well, you should have came and found the answer yourself. It's yes. You know it is if you know Jesus. But here it is. I want to talk about first why we're seeing an increase in these actions. First, we have false Christians in the world. Did you know that? There are false Christians in the world. Yes, there are. Because, see, the Apostle Paul, he talks about it in 2 Timothy 3. If you ever go read that, he says there's going to be a form of godliness, but people will deny its power. Well, guess what? There are people that grew up in a Christian community. They grew up in a household. Maybe their parents are Christian, whoever it is. They grew up all around them, but they never placed their faith in Jesus themselves, right? And so because they never placed their faith in Jesus themselves, there's no tie to godliness. There's no tie to what God desires in their life. They just been kind of learning from the world they live in. And guess what? The world we live in, everybody looks the same to me. So Christians are supposed to be different. So we got false Christians in the world. We got people under false teachers. Yeah, we got people under bad teachers. What am I saying? They're under teaching, and the teaching is always about, where can God get you? What can God get you in life? They're not talking about the things that offend God. Why did Jesus have to come? He came because of sin, and they don't teach us about sin. And when they don't teach you about sin, you leave that service thinking that sin is probably okay with God. And that's why. So you got to get out of those false teachers, following those people. Hey, real quick, I need you to like this video, and then I need you to subscribe to the channel because we're trying to get the word of flow out to more people. Now let's get back to it. And then there are people who just stop growing. Yes, they placed their faith in Jesus Christ at some time or another, but there was never any connection to grow in the grace and knowledge of Jesus Christ, not getting connected in a church or getting connected in a Bible study. So they just not growing intentionally. So they sometimes look like a believer and they sometimes don't. Well, wherever you're at in this thing, it's the same result. There are people in the world who are unbelievers, right? And they're looking at people who say they're Christians and they're saying, does it really matter? Does it really matter that their actions line up with their said faith? I thought they were supposed to be different. I might be a Christian, right? Well, no, because it takes faith in Jesus, but not only faith, it takes a life that exemplifies that faith. And this is where I'm going to take you. I'm going to take you to John chapter 17. And this is Jesus praying for the original disciples. And this is called his high priestly prayer. And you're going to hear a couple things in this which are important. So this is what he says, starting in verse 16 of chapter 17. They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. Sanctify them in the truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, so I have sent them into the world. And for their sake, I consecrate myself, that they also may be sanctified in truth. I do not ask for these only, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they may be all one, just as you, Father, are in me, and I in you, that they also may be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. It's simply this. You know, Jesus prayed for the original disciples, and then he went from there and he prayed for everybody who would believe in him because of their message. We are the ones, those who place their faith in Jesus, Christians, we're the ones that are the benefactors of their message. And why is it important for our image to be right in the world? Because of this, that they may also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. Our faith matters because it's a testimony that Jesus truly came, that he died, that he rose, that he ascended, and that he's coming back. Y'all, we gotta do better. We have to do better. If you had never placed your faith in Jesus, today is the day to do it. Don't play with your life, because tomorrow's not promised. If you're under bad teaching, you need to get out of that stuff. If your church is not teaching you the whole Bible, it's not going through there talking about sin and what offends God, you need to get out from under that and find something new. And if you are somebody who is not growing, today is your day to get reconnected to the word. You need to start something new, because we got to be out here and we got to be lights. We can't be in the darkness. There's too much darkness. God wants us to be light. I hope you're feeling me. I hope you hear me, because you are important to God. All right? This is what we do here. We follow, we love, we obey, and we worship. That's what we're made to do. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon.